Yo guys, Warren Williams from WarrenWilliamsCoaching.com. All right, so today I'm kind of going to talk about, the fact that so many people, talk about wanting to be healthy, but don't actually do the work. They keep, you know, complaining about, oh, I want to lose weight, and you know, I want to get these injuries off me, and you get people that have knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, and then you tell them what to do, but they don't do it. But all they do is they bitch about the fact that they have the problems. And it's like, people get, like Paul Chek always says, people get mileage out of their dysfunctions. So it's like they love the fact that they have something that they can moan about. It's like, when people talk about watching car crash TV, it's like, how many people watch, all these programs like, Big Brother, and a lot of time they're watching these programs because they want to see people in worse situations than themselves. So they're drawn towards watching these sort of programs because they can see someone that's in a worse position and make themselves feel better about themselves. Rather than actually doing the work it takes to be better, it's easier to look at somebody else in a worse situation. So it's like, people come up to you, they bitch about, oh, go give up smoking. And you say to them, okay, you want to give up smoking? We've had this conversation 15 times. What have you done about giving up smoking? And they're like, talk to you about it. Oh, and that's it? You talk to me about it? Have you actually found out, what support system is in place to allow you to give up smoking? Have you spoken about, or have you, investigated, where you can go for support in terms of buying some form of, Nicorette support patch, or have you had a look at alkalizing the body, because acid is coming from the cigarettes. Cigarettes is a acid forming habit, and the more acidic you are, more the environment's proliferating in your body. You're creating the environment that's conducive to make you continue smoking. Have you had a look at that? In fact, actually, have you done any research whatsoever about the subject matter, or are you just spending the time and energy talking about the possibility of actually doing it one day? And that's the thing. I get loads of people coming to me, and a lot of my clients, that I shouldn't say a lot, I say probably about half of my clients actually, they come to me and complain about, oh, I need to lose weight, and then I say to them, okay, we've had this conversation, and seriously, we've had this conversation, I don't know, 50 times, and they'll ask me the same thing, yeah, I need to lose weight, what do I do? I tell them what they should do. I go through, do you eat organic? No. Okay. Do you chew food 30 times per mouth, like I done tell you a long time ago? No. Do you drink water instead of all these fizzy drinks, caffeine and all that sort of stuff? No. Do you exercise, 3-4 times a week, only doing functional exercise? For my clients, most of the time, they do, because I train them, so I know that they do that. But like I always say to them, if you train 4 times a week, but you eat 5 times a day, the food that you're eating is going to have a greater impact on your weight than just exercise alone. Because even though some of you listen to this might think, well, I know people that eat absolute rubbish and they just train really, really hard. Yeah, they may be at a specific weight, but are they healthy? And they have to live in the gym just because they eat so bad. So, like for me, I can get away with not training for months at a time because of the fact that my lifestyle is so, functional, that my body won't hold on to anything because I'm not active, because of the fact that I'm using everything that I eat. So you have some people that live in the gym because their lifestyle is so bad. So, getting back to the point, you've got people that are constantly talking about what they want to do, but not what they're actually doing. They like the idea, in their head, the idea of being a specific weight, or the idea of eating healthy. They get stimulated by something. Yeah, that really motivated me. That talk really motivated me. One day I'm going to do it. But they don't actually do it. And then they phone me up again. Or when in the session, when I'm training them, they're talking about the same problem that they've been talking about for the last 5 years. And I'm saying the same thing to them, to the point I'm like, you know what? You just want to dump your emotional toxins on me and just bitch about the fact that you haven't lost that weight, rather than actually take the responsibility. Because what is responsibility? Responsibility is the ability to respond. That means the ability to respond to the problems that you're actually manifesting. the problems and issues that you're actually talking about, you actually have the ability to respond to by action. Because every action is preceded by a thought, but not every thought creates the action. So what are you going to do? So now I'm talking to the people watching this, on YouTube. What are you going to do? Are you going to talk about the possibility or do the work? I've got like another classic example. I've got a client that she's probably about 4 stone overweight, and she said to me the other day, she was watching one of those dance programs, like Strictly, or one of them sort of dance programs, and she said, "Oh, I want a body like one of those women." And I'm like, "Yeah, they probably eat really well, and they train really hard, and because they're dancing, it's functional, and they're probably training, 15 hours a week. And what are you doing?" And she comes to see me once every 2 weeks, and she doesn't eat very well. So I'm like, "So how are you going to get those results?" And she would constantly be talking to me about the same problems all the time, and I'd be answering the same questions all the time. So it got to the point I was like, you know what? Go and buy. This is what I always recommend to clients. Go and buy Paul Chek's book, which is a brilliant book, How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy. So she buys the book, and I say to her, "Have you read the book?" No. 5 weeks later, "Have you read the book?" No. So every single time she phones me up and says, "Yeah, what? Can I ask you a question?" I say to her, "Have you read the book?" And she says, "No." So I'm like, you know what? Don't ask me no questions unless you've read the book. Because that's the thing. People, they buy things, but they don't use them. How many times have you seen, somebody who's thinking about exercise buy a treadmill? And when you go to their house, for the first 2 weeks they use a treadmill. 4 months later, what happened to that treadmill? It's like a 500-pound coat hanger. It's like, what's that doing in the corner over there? Nothing. The idea was good for a short time because people are interested in these quick fixes, because everything is quick nowadays. Microwaves, broadband, high-speed downloads on your phone. Everything is quick now, so people don't have the patience to invest the time in what they want. Because at the end of the day, you say you want this, you say you want that. I'm not coming up to you saying, "I want you to lose weight." You'll come up to me saying, "I want to lose weight." So if you want a specific thing, go after it. Create the reality that you want. Don't bitch about something and ask somebody else to do it for you. Take the responsibility or the ability to respond to the action and create the reality, which is making the steps that you say you want to make to create the result that you want to achieve. It's that simple. So for all those people that are talking about specific things and not doing it, do or don't. Don't talk about it, do it. Or if you're going to talk about it to make a plan to do it. Act on what you want to achieve the results that you want to achieve. It's that simple. I'm Warren Williams. Check me out at warrenwilliamscoaching.com.